Right, okay. So, Assalamualaikum and very good evening again. So, we meet again. How are you guys? Okay?
Fine.
Fine. Already take a lunch today? Dah?
Yes.
Dah lunch ah? Okay, all right. So, so basically today we just continue what we already done from the last online class, which is Friday last week. And so today we just go through what is what you call a revisit again. The task that are given to you is already update the task number. Should be starting from task number 7, 8, and the last one is task number 9. And just to remind to you, today we have tonight we have a hands-on test, which is will be conducted on by 8 p.m. and finished by 10 p.m. for duration. So hands-on test duration will be 2 hours, and I will give you another 10 to 15 minutes for the submission. All right. So I think all of you already clear regarding this hands-on test. All right. So what we need to do today is basically is I'm giving you another last lesson before I pass the online class to the other lecturer. That will be continue on the topic pointer, and the last topic that will be covered is file operations. All right, so today we continue on the topic array, the topic array, which is passing an array to a function. And I'm aware that you already learned regarding the modular programming, or another terms we call as a function, right? So basically function is one of the technique in programming, or another term we call as a modular. Okay, so the idea of modular is something that you separate the program into a blocks of coding, meaning that you don't write 100 line of code in the main function, but you will separate the 100 line of code basically based on the what we call the activity of the program. For example, in the program, there is a input that you need to do, and there is some calculations in the program as well. There is a display, some sort of that. Then you need to separate all these kind of activities in the program to become a function. So basically the functions meaning that we want to do the maintenance more easier at the end of the program, meaning during the testing, during the maintenance, once you already develop the program, right? So the topic function is not only from the previous lesson actually, but the topic function also covered in the topic array. Because of what? Array is one of the example of data type actually, and we can pass an array to a function, and we can do anything once we already pass the data to the function. All right, so I think I already shared to you with one file. Okay, so I think we can go to this file, task number 9. Okay, so we go for the notes for the first one. Right, so in this task, right, this is an example of the code that you can pass an array to a function, right? Okay, but however, you cannot return an array from a function, meaning that, okay, so once you already have a function here, so this is an example of you're passing an element from the array. Okay, so this is a function, right? This is a function definition. This one is function definition. This is array. Each array is a variable of the integer data type, which is this array data type, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements inside this. Okay, and this is a calling function: display, bracket, and this is the way that we can pass an element, right? Element number 1 means that we want to pass value of number 8, right? And also we want to pass a value from the third index here. So we are passing two variables here. Sorry, we are passing two value here. Value 8, which is index, this one actually index 1, because we are starting from index 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we are passing 8, and also we are passing value 4 here. So 8 and 4 will be passed through this calling function and will be passed to this function definition. So h1 will contain the value of 8 and h2 will be contain value of 4. So at the end of the program, it will display the value of h1, which is 8, and the value of variable 2, h2, will be 4, right? So actually you already learned regarding this function, right? And basically, all right, so just to recap to you regarding the function actually. So basically function, we have 4 steps that you need to do, right? If you still remember, right? Steps in modular programming. Okay, right. So you still remember how to design the modular programming? What is the first step? There is 3 steps. Anyone? Lupa dah? Oh, malah ni nak test ni. Lupa dah. What is the first one? What is the first step that you need to do? Which is the first part is
declare the function.
Yes, declare the function. You call it a declare function. Declare function.
Yeah, function declaration.
Yes. Or another one, the another name we call it a function prototype. Okay. Right. So this is the first step that you need to do. Okay. So in this function declaration, you are declaring some kind of is there any passing value? Is there any return value to this function? For example, void display and integer. All right. Can someone help me? What is the meaning of this one actually? So this is actually a function definition. What is the meaning of this function? So we have the name of the function is display. And what about integer here? Arguments. How many? 2 arguments. So this function, display function, will receive 2 parameter. The data type of this parameter are integer. And is there any returning back to the calling function from this display function?
No.
Return value? No. Because of what? So we have a void here, right? So be careful regarding the. You need to understand regarding the. Is there any passing value to the function, or is there any returning value from the function? So you need to be careful regarding this one. Okay, let's say we have a returning value from this function. Let's say, for example, float calculate salary, for example. So this is example. Okay, so meaning that the name of this function is calculate salary, and there is no passing parameter to this function. It is empty, right? So meaning that you need to know how to design the function. Is that if you want to design a function, they would have passing a parameter to the calculate salary. Okay, you may have something like arguments here. Okay, so meaning is that, for example, it will receive 2 parameter, integer and integer, 2 parameter. And inside this calculate salary is the activity, or we call it the statements that you do in the calculate salary. And before we close the calculate salary, at the end you will have some kind of the return value. That type is float. All right. So this is the first step. All right. What is the second step? Second step is once you already declare the function, okay, you want to use the function, right? So the second step we call it a function calls, or we call it calling function. Okay, so this is second step. So example here, let's say we are using the same function name, yeah, function declaration as display and also calculate salary. So how to call a function display? So you will write down something like display is the name of the function, right? Square bracket. So inside here, you must specify, if you declare here two parameter, which is integer and also integer, inside the bracket here also have two parameter. Yes, you remember. Either you want to pass here direct value, let's say for example 10 and 2, right? Or something like you have a variable that contains a value, let's say for example A and B. Okay, like say integer A is equal to 10, integer B is equal to 5. Okay, so this is an example on how you want to call a function and must reflect with the function declaration here. Is this one is two arguments? In the function calling must also have two arguments, right? Okay, what about this one? Float calculate salary, and you are passing two parameter. How to call this function? Remember, masih ingat lagi tak? Forgot already. Forgot. Macam ni malam ni nak test ni. How to call the function like this one? For this one. Huh? Okay. How to call this function? Okay, this one example for non-return value. Okay, you know what is non-return value here? Masih ingat itu tak? Kalau tak ingat, saya boleh terangkan. Tak ingat? Ingat? Okay, right. So non-return value means that you don't have any returning value from the calling function. Okay, so this is an example of it. So you're only passing the value, two values, and all the calculation display is inside the display function. This is a direct answer for it. And for the float calculate salary here, okay, I give you direct, very easy way to how to call this function. You copy this one, okay, you copy this one, right, and paste it here. So if do you notice here there is float? Float meaning that you need to have one variable float that will be a value from calculate salary will be stored in this data type, right? So here float, you must declare another variable. Let's say I given here is some kind of a salary, okay, float salary, okay. Salary equal to calculate salary. There is two parameters here, okay, two parameters here. So two parameters here give you just example. Let's say I put here 2000, and this one something like I want to have incentive, something like 35%, something like that. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, calculate salary is the function name. There are two parameters, or we call it two arguments. Similar, this one is integer, okay, and this one is float. You must to change this one is float. Okay, so must reflect to this one, right? Okay, and don't forget, because calculate salary here is a return value function. Okay, so meaning that inside the calculate salary there is calculation that will be returning a value back to the calling function. Okay, back to this calling function, and it will be stored in this variable salary. All right. Okay, that is the second step. Okay, what about the last one? Okay, the last one is, who knows? Siapa ingat?
Function.
Huh?
Function.
It's a function itself. So we call this one is function definition. Okay, you define the function. You define the process inside the function here. Okay, example, we are using the same name here as well, display. And you know, but put here void display. Okay, or just copy paste from the function declaration and paste it here. Okay, so there is no semicolons. All right, so make sure that here must have the variable's name. Let's say I put here A and P, right? And I must have the curly bracket open and closing. Okay, so all of it, let's say I want to print out something here, value A is %D, sorry, %D, comma, A, and I want to print out another value. Value P is %D, right? Okay, so this we call as a function definition. Okay, you define what are the statements inside this function. Okay, the first one, function declare. You declare the name of the function. You declare either this function is a return value or non-return value, right? Is there any passing arguments to this function? So that is the declaration, right? The second step is function calls. You already call the function display, okay, with the arguments, A and B. A contains the value of 10, B is containing the value of 5, right? So even though this one is a display something like that, okay, you can do something like a calculation. You want to do the addition 10 plus 5 in the function display, right? Okay. So for the second example, for calculate salary, this one is a very direct discussion regarding the function. We just do some kind of the revision, right? Okay. So for function definition for the second function here, just copy float calculate salary together with the arguments here and paste it here. Remove the semicolon. All right. I think I need to have another column here. Okay, let's see how to copy. Okay, right. So here, calculate salary. There are two parameters or two arguments you are passing to this variable. Okay, let's say here you want to pass float x, y, something like that. Okay, you want to do something calculation. Let's say float salary. Okay, float salary equal to x multiplied by y. This is the example, and then you want to return the value of salary back to the calling function. Okay, so now you are returning salary. Okay, you are returning salary here. So from this one, okay, this one, 2,500 will be passed, will be copied. This one is something like you have a value here. 2,500 will be copied in the variable's name x. So now your x will contain the value of 2500. Another argument is 0.35 will be copied and stored in the variable y here. Okay, and then you will get some calculation here. This one is a very basic calculation, and we'll get here 2500, 0.35. So this is the output. So let's say the output here is 1000. 1000 return 1000. So means you are returning 1000 from the variable salary, okay, back to the calling function here. This is the calling function. All right. So right now we already finished regarding the function definition, and you already passed the 1000 back to this calling function. So right now this one will be 1000. So in the main function, or sorry, in the calling function, okay, so 1000 will be stored in here, salary. So this is basically the returning value from the function definition back to the calling function. So I think that's the function here, it will give you some kind of headache, because function without any passing variable or passing returning value back to the calling function is much easier compared to function that have the passing parameter. There is some calculation and you need to do returning value back to the calling function. All right. So just to give some advice to you, right? So programming here, you need to have some kind of a lot of exercise, right? It's not only limited to the exercise that are given to you, but mostly the exercise given to you would help you to understand the basic of function, right? Okay, so we try to look on the example, right? We try to look at the example given to you in the task 9. Okay, right. So we look on the example number 2, passing array to function. Okay, so here is the name of the function is calculate sum, and we have 1 argument, and you must specify here, since we are in the topic array, and then we want to pass the whole array to the function, you need to pass here. Age is the name of the array type, okay, and must put the square bracket. You must put the square bracket in order that the program will know that you are passing the whole array to this function, right? The declaration of the array type is inside the main function here, right? This is an example. You can declare any array type, data type in other function as well, right? Okay, so we have float result, and we have a float array age, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values, or we call it the 6 elements in the array. All right. So my question here, is there any mistake if we don't put the size of array here? The program can be run or not?
Yes.
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 Why? Any justification? It can be run. So is there any justification why the program can run? This coding can be run because we already specify the value or the element inside it. Once we run the program, all right, the program will read from the right side first to the left side. Okay, remember that. So meaning that program will read, okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 6 elements in this array. So meaning that 6 will be assigned to this one, age, right? So this is basically, right? If you forgot to put the size of array here, it doesn't matter. If you the size here, let's say you put in 1, there is a problem because you already said the size of it is 1, and the value of inside is more than 1. So we call it as a buffer overflow. Is the size is more than the size that we already set, right? Okay. So we go look on the next line, right? So result equal to calculate sum bracket age. Okay. So here calculate sum is the calling function, right? Bracket age here is the variable that you want to pass. And this variable, if you want to pass it, no need to put the square bracket. Leave it like this, a variable's name only. Okay? The variable's name only. Right. So the next step is you want to print out the result from this function definition. Okay? This is a function definition, right? You do some calculation and so on, calculate value, float, and here you are receiving the array type as well. Okay? So you are receiving the array type. Right. So until now, is there any question, guys? If there any question, just let me know. Okay?
If in function calling,
Yes.
if we write age and we put bracket, is that is that okay?
Okay.
If.
All right. I know what you mean. So, okay, it's better I'm copy this line of code in the code block. Okay. Right. So one to line. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so while waiting, I'm copying the code. So you can try to copy the code first. Okay, so we can look together what is will be happening. Okay, so okay, right. So can you see my code block editor here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right. So your question just now, what will be happen if you put in the calling function here, the variable's name, and we have some square bracket. Is this one your question? Right. Okay. So here, if you are adding the square bracket here, meaning that, okay, so here, this is the one of the example that we want to access the element in the array. Okay, which element that you want to access? Index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So meaning that if you want to put here, meaning that C program doesn't know which element. Okay, so if you want to put here, must have indexing. Let's say you want to put, you want to pass index number 0 and number 1 here. the value is 23.4. So this is example. You want to pass only one value, but you need to change in the function declaration. Here is not an array, it's a variable, a single variable. It's not an array, right? Okay, fully the is it answering your question?
Yes.
Okay, right. So make sure that in this passing value from the calling function, okay, don't specify the square bracket if you want to pass the whole array. Just leave it the variable's name here, right? So age, okay, will pass the whole array, 23.4 until 18 from this calling function, and this is the receiving variables age here, right? So this one also must specify an array, okay, right? So meaning that program will know that in the function definition of calculate sum here, you are passing a value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Okay, you are passing 6 into this variable's float. Okay, that's why you are using the same variable's name here. And this is the declaration, and this is the process of how we want to calculate all the values starting from index 0 until index value 18 here. Okay, right? Okay, so my question here is, can I change the variable's name here as, for example, instead of age, I rename it as a umur here, and I using here umur. Can I? Yes.
Yes.
Can I? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Yes.
What do you think?
One.
So in the main function, we are using the name variable age, right? And we are utilizing the age variables names. It's on age, and we are passing age here, but we are passing here a value and the variable umur here. Okay, is there any mistake in this code if I change the age variable name to umur and then I'm utilizing umur here?
No.
No. What do you think? Why is no? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. If you say no, why? Or if you say yes, why? Can you brain? No. Right. 30 seconds. Okay. Do you heard regarding the local declaration and global declaration? Yeah. In the topic function? Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So what do you know regarding global and local declaration? Who knows? What is local?
Local declare in the function in
Yes.
the
What is
function
global?
out from the function.
Okay. Is it you, Hanan, answering?
Yes.
Okay, Hanan. You said regarding the local declaration is the variables being declared in the function itself.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Give me example in this the code that I given to you. Example of local declaration.
Float sum.
Hmm?
Float sum.
Float sum.
And
Sayang.
Okay. Float sum.
Sayang adik sayang.
Equal to 0.0 is the example of the local declaration, meaning that when we say that it's local, right, you only can utilize this variable within these variable declarations only. You cannot use it in the main function. Let's say you want to use it in this main function, you can use it because it's protected, meaning that it's private in this function only, right? So this is one of the example the security we have. We have a global and also local. So to be safe is we can declare as a local declaration, and wherever you want to use this variable, we can pass the variable to the calling function, right? Okay, so the answer for this one is yes. Okay, we can declare different variables name. Instead of put here age, and we have age, and we so inside here we have age, right? So we can declare another different variables. We'll put here x as well. Okay, but it's the concept is from this calculate sum age here. Okay, as I mentioned before, we are copy the value of array here. We just a copy the elements inside this array. So when we pass here, C
Doctor,
program,
can I know what is that sum plus equal?
this one.
Yes, that one.
Okay. Can I answer after that?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to declare. I want to explain regarding the. We are copying the elements of array. This one. Copy here actually. So C program doesn't know which variable. That's why we need to declare another variable. Okay. That's why we have x here, and we can use x here. So because it's a local, right? So if you put here age and this one also age, it doesn't matter because age in here and in the calculate sum and age in the main function are totally different. It's different actually, even though they containing the same value and the same variable, but biologically, right, there is a two variables name and will be stored in different memory allocation in your desktop or laptop, right? Okay, so Ilham, you are saying that what is the meaning of plus minus here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is an example, a very shortcut way for the calculation. Another is meaning that sum equal to sum plus age I. So this is the meaning of it.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, is either you want to use this one or this one, acceptable, right? But mostly programmer will use this one. It's much more easier and it's shorter than compared to this one. All right. Okay. Okay. So why we need to have a sum here? Okay, we try to look on the one by one process, what will be happening in the looping here actually, right? So now here age here, so you will have age will be containing the value 23.5 to 24.4. Just copy from this one. All right. Okay. So these are the elements inside the array. Okay. Right. You have a variable sum equal to 0.0. Right. So why we need to have an initial value for the sum? Why? Actually, it's a product of something. It's a product of a calculation. You must have, let's say, float total. You must have a zero here because total is the product. If you doing a maths, all right, 1 plus 1 it will become 2. But what is the output before we do the summation? Is 0. Okay, so you must have a, let's say, the total is must equal with 0. All right. So we go look from the line number 25 until line number 29 here. What is happening inside this looping, right? So I'm aware that you already learned regarding the looping here, for looping. Okay. So integer I equal to 0, semicolon, I is less than 6. Why 6? Why not 4? Why not 5? Why do we have 6 here? Because of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements, right? So plus plus I. So I either want to use plus plus I or I plus plus. Okay, acceptable as well. But there is a slightly different regarding the I plus plus and plus plus I. There is slightly different. Okay, so I plus plus meaning that there is a posting. You plus one before. This one is you plus one. Sorry, this one is after. This one is before. Okay, that is slightly different. Okay, you will learn regarding this one regarding I plus plus and plus plus I. I think in the next subject there is a data structure and algorithm, something like that. Right. Okay. So let's say example I is equal to 0. So just put here the first looping is I equal to 0, right? So is it comma? Is it 0 less than 6? Yes, it's true. So once it's true, it will go to the line number 27. Okay. So it will do the calculation here. So what is happening here? Actually, what is happening in the line 27? What is happening actually? It's a calculation. Yes, of course, calculation. So what is happening here is something like sum equal to sum plus age bracket I, right? All right. So what is happening here? Sum is a variable. Okay. Sum equal to, right? So what is the initial value for the sum?
0.
0, 0.0, right? Okay. Basically, from this one. That's why you need to have an initial value for the sum. Otherwise, right? If you don't put equal to 0 here, right? The program will allocate the garbage value, any value that available. They say 100, 20, and then your calculation will be wrong. Okay, so that's why you need to set 0. All right. So return back to this one is 0.0 plus age. All right. So current I here is what is the index for the current I? What is the index for current I?
0.
0, right? Because we are starting from the 0 here, and our looping here is still 0. I is equal to 0. Okay, right? So age index 0, what is the value? From this
23.4.
23.4. So it will be 23.4. So right now, okay, your current sum is, okay, your current sum is equal to 23.4. Okay, so this is the first looping. So current sum is 23.4. Okay, I want to jot here is first sum is equal to 23.4. Okay, right. So once already done this one, it will do the looping again, right? Before the looping again, your I will be plus by 1 because we have a I plus plus here. So currently your I will be 1. Okay, is it I is less than 6? True or
Yes.
not?
Yes.
Yes, it will do the looping again. All right, it will do the looping again. So I close this one. Okay, so currently your sum is not 0.0 anymore, but it is 23.4. Okay, this one 23.4, right? So here is age. Current I is, it's not 0, but it will be 1
1.
because it's increment.
Yes.
Already increment by 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is value for index number 1?
55.
55. So here will be 55. 23.4 plus 55, what is it? 78. Is it?
Yes.
78.4. All right. So the first loop sum is equal to 23.4. Okay. So the second sum is 78.4. For the other looping, we're doing the same thing again and again until your I is equal to 6 and it's not do the looping again. So that will be the last process of this looping. All right? Okay. Okay. Is there any question regarding this one? We do some revision. Just revision for this one. Function together with the array. Okay.
So,
Yes.
can you show an example with string?
A string.
An example using string.
Okay, meaning that we want to passing a string to the function.
Yes.
It must be a 2D.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, okay. Okay, what kind of array that you want to pass? String? Okay, let's say example. Okay, this is example for 2D string. 2D string. Okay, example like subject name, something like that. Okay. For 2D string, if you still remember, you must have two brackets. Okay. The first bracket here, square bracket, refer to which one? Row, column? Row. This one?
Column.
Okay. I put here row, and this one is a column. And the size of it is just to have a something like this one. Row is 2 row, and C is a column. And I just put here column is, since the subject name, I put here 100. Okay, because it's a string. Is equal. All right, and I'm using the strcpy for string copy. Okay, subject name. Okay, index 0, comma, and UA. All right, so this one will be the first. Okay, what is this one? The second one. A bracket for second row. Okay, right. Okay, so this is example of, okay, you still remember regarding the, what is this technique actually? We have two techniques how to have initialize the value. You have a compile time and another one is
Runtime.
runtime. This example is runtime or compile time?
Compile time.
Compile time. Okay, meaning that you are assigning the value of this array in the coding. Okay, so the example of it. Okay, I think hopefully you still remember this one. Okay, must remember. Okay, we try to run. Okay, I did this program. Okay, no error. Should be no problem. Right? So what is the step? The first step that you need to do for function?
The prototype.
Function definition. Okay, I just want to have here to display subject name. Okay, there is the okay, function definition. Sorry, function declaration. All right. Okay. And just give you some advice. If you do some coding, try to have a practice to have a comment. Okay. Any comments that are related. For example, here, this is the part that for the function declaration. Okay, put some comments here. All right. Okay. So now we want to pass your question just now. We are passing a string to the function, right?
Yes.
Is it you, Eric?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, we are passing a subject name to this one. Okay, help me. Help me. So we are passing a variables here. So what kind of type did we want to pass here?
Yeah.
Huh?
Array.
Yeah. All right. Good. Sure. Then subject name. Must have
Yes.
two here, right? Because
Yeah.
it's two dimension. Okay. If you are passing one dimension, it's only one square bracket. If there is a two dimension, it must be two bracket. Is that clear, student?
Yes.
If we
All right.
only char, do we need to declare subname also in
Okay.
declaration?
All right. There is before this, there is you put the variable's name here empty. It's up to you. As long as there is a data type for this function declaration. All right. If you're confusing regarding this one, okay, better to you to have the same name as you declare here in here, so you don't confuse regarding which variable that you are passing. All right. Okay. And then don't forget to semicolon here because it says declaration. It's just like a variable declaration. Okay. Must have semicolon. All right. So we already done regarding the function declaration. Okay. We have a void. The name of the function is display subject name. There's only one parameter here, one argument. There's a 2D array. The name is subject name. All right. So in the main function here, all right. Okay. Call function display subject name. All right. So this is the second step. How you going to call this name, the function name? You just put the name of the function.
Display subname.
Yes, it's the subname, and then
Subname
okay, subname.
bracket.
Do we need to put the square bracket?
No.
No. Why?
We are not choosing.
Because we are passing the whole array.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are
Yes.
passing the whole array here. Okay, you are not passing only this one, something like you put here 0. You're not passing only one row of the first index programming technique. You're not passing only one for the second row here. Okay, later on I'm going to give you some example. You are passing one by one, right? Okay, this one we are passing the whole array. So no need to put the square bracket. And then the last one is the third step is just copy from this one, from the function declaration, and then put here, remove the semicolon. All right, remove the semicolon. Okay, so here is you must specify the size of it. Okay, this one is 2, and then this one is 100. Okay, if you declare here 2, this one is 100, must be specified here, right? Okay, so we will print out. Okay, and now we want to display the subject name by using the for looping. Okay, before the for looping, I want to display only one by one. Let's say, for example, here. Okay, subject name. Okay, help me. You want to display percent C or percent S?
S.
S. Why S? Why not C?
C for just for one character.
C for single character. S is for the string. It's multiple of character.
Yeah.
Right? S, comma. Right? Help me. Malah ni nak test ni. Subject.
Name.
Okay, subject name. We want to display only one, the first index.
Zero.
0. Okay, 0. Okay,
Zero.
right. So we try to run the program. Let me check. The subname. Array type has incomplete element. Let me see. Void subject name. Yes. Character. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we have some error here. The error here is array type has incomplete element type character. Right. Okay. Can you see the output? No.
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
So there is some mistake here just now. Okay. Previously we didn't set the size of it here, right? Okay. So if you run the program, right, there is some problem here because array. Can you see the real message here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, array type has incomplete element type character. Okay, if you look here, line number 5, right? You know how to use this build message?
Really.
No.
No.
Okay, basically this if you have some errors, okay, the compiler he will give you some suggestion which line that contains the error. Okay, so mostly you run the program, there is error, it will start, okay, and give you some a block, the red block in the editor here, some kind of this one. Okay, meaning that line number 5 there is some errors. Okay, if you go through this one, display subname character subname, okay, it look like doesn't have any error, but if you go through one by one until line number 23 here, right, we look that we specify the size of it to 100, but here we don't specify. So the program looks like a subject name here must be different because this one it doesn't have any row and column, but this one has a row and column. Right? So to solve this problem, you just put here 2 and 100, similar as this one, or just remove here, remove this one, also remove the value of it. Okay, we try to, is there any okay or not? Okay, so must have a value 2, right, and 2 100. Okay, right. So once I run the program, okay, this is the output. Subject name, programming technique. So how can change I want to display for both subject name, programming technique together with the introduction to multimedia. Okay, we go back to the editor again. Help me to solve here. How I can modify this program, okay, to display both of the subject name, programming technique together with introduction to multimedia in the display subject name function. Okay, you just copy and paste it here.
It's 4.
And subject name, index 1. Index 1. And then will be display 2. Okay, subject name, programming technique. And you will have a new line, introduction to multimedia. Okay, so this is the first example. This one, we print out the output one by one. But the problem is, if we have here 20 lines of subject name, it must be tedious for you. If you copy paste until index 19, it will be tedious for you, right? To solve of this one, to solve this problem, this example, if you have more than 10, more than 5, okay, instead of we just copy paste or we display one by one, okay, another technique is by using a looping as well. Okay. For I equal to 0, okay, I is less than 1, less than the number of row. How many row we have?
2.
2.
Huh?
2.
2. All right.
2.
So I put here 2. Okay. So I plus plus. So inside here is you just copy. Sorry, you just cut and paste it here. Okay, because we want to print out the same statement, subject name, but the difference is only here 0
Here.
and 1.
Variable.
So this one will be the
I.
variable. Which variable?
I.
I. Why I?
For I.
Because it's continuous increment 1, 0, 2, 3, and so on. Can I put here 0?
You will print
No.
index 0 only.
Huh?
You will
Can I put
print
0
index
here?
0.
No.
Can I run? Can I get the
Oh.
output if I put 0?
Same.
Huh?
Yes, but then it will print the index 0 only.
How many
I
times?
mean,
2
2.
times.
2
2
times.
times.
Right? If you put 0 here, means that you will print out programming technique twice. Programming technique, the first line, programming technique, and the second line. Okay? If you put here I, it will display the current index. So the first index is 0. It will print out the programming technique. Once you end the looping, before we go to the next looping, it will increment by 1 because it's I plus plus. Okay, so your I here will become 1. So index 1 here is introduction to multimedia. All right, I want to put another items here to make it more. Okay, 2, comma. Give me example.
Problem solving.
Problem solving. Okay, problem solving. Okay, right. So you need to change here 3. You need to change here 3 also. Okay, you need to change here 3. And this one also 3. Right, okay. Now, if you run the program, it will print out programming technique, introduction to multimedia, and the last one is problem solving. Right? Okay, let me check. Print out to make it the format more readable. We can put here a new line before new line. So new line here means that it will, okay, subject name will be printed. All right. Before go to the next looping, it will have a new line to print the introduction to multimedia. Okay, let's see.
The variable subname, the N tu patutnya huruf besar.
Macam mana?
Variable subname tu N tu sepatutnya huruf besar.
Yang mana?
Index
Line
17.
number?
String copy.
Index
70.
17, yes.
Line
17.
String completed.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Doctor, do we need to initialize the I in the function display subname?
Integer I. 4.
Got it? Oh, yeah.
Initialize.
Can I put integer I here? Yeah, we'll display the output from this one. Okay, can you see the output?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the output. Okay, so Eric,
All right.
all
Understood.
right, clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Where is it? Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is one of example. This is one of the, we call it the advantage of the function together with the array here, because you only declare one variable subject name, but you can store multiple of the same data type in this variable, yeah, right? You can add another one, let's say 10, 20, and so on. So it will be time consuming, right? And the for looping here, one of the example to display all the example, all the values inside the array here, right? Okay, is there any question?
No.
Is there any
No.
question? No.
No.
Right. Have you tried the question that I given to you in the, let's say, question number 1?
Actually, I have a question in test 7, question 4, the smallest
Question,
number.
which one? Task number 7.
Task 7, question 4.
Okay. So we take a break for 5 minutes first. Okay. Right. Later we're going to continue from the task number 7, question number
4.
4. Okay. All right. So later, can you share your codes, Ilham? You know?
Yeah, yes, by error.
You got some error. Okay. So later you share the codes with us. So we try to look what are the errors that are happening in your code, right?
Okay. Okay.
So we take a break for 5 minutes, then we continue again. So right now it's 3:40. So by 3:45 we continue again. Right. So can we continue? Okay. Right. So your friend asking regarding the exercise number, task number 7, exercise number 4, is it?
Yes.
Using array and loop, get the user enter 5 integer, then using the if-else control statement, and finally display the smallest number. All right. Okay. So what can you understand regarding this one, Ilham?
Using loop if else.
Okay. So you're gonna have a array. Okay. So you have a loop here, and you must have a user input, key in the number 5 integer, right?
Yes.
So and then you need to have a if-else statement again in order to check which is the smallest number that you enter through the command prompt. Okay, can you share the codes? Or other students that have finished regarding this one, okay, you can share the codes as well. Boleh share, Ilham?
Tadi I cannot share.
Tak boleh share? Sekejap, saya stop share. Okay.
Oh, okay, wait. I cannot use 4, right?
Okay, we try to look line by line, Ilham.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, others, you can try to look these codes, all right? Don't delete it yet. Okay, just leave it like that. We try to look at one by one.
Start here.
Okay, can we go from the first line? Okay, boleh scroll up tak?
Okay, this is correct until this I cannot execute.
Let me see. Okay.
Okay.
Like, can I control your mouse from here? Saya boleh control mouse you tak dari sini?
No.
Kejap, saya, because we have one setting. Ada tak?
At the top is question 1 to 3. So,
Okay, so we stop here. Kita tengok stop kat sini Line starting from, okay, so we have integer I, X. What is the integer X here, Ilham?
for this second 4.
Second 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
This X.
Alright.
I declare above.
Okay. So, okay. So line number 7 and also line number 8 here is a declaration, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is meaning of line number 8 here? Integer num 5 equal to 0,
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 4.
that one is question 1.
Okay. Alright.
So the 1 to 3 I can get the answer, but the question 4.
Question
For some
4.
reason I cannot.
So meaning that you combine all the exercise
Yes,
in one
I
program.
combine 1 to 3, 4.
Alright.
Okay.
I think you need to put the comments here, Ilham.
Okay, comment.
Okay, line 35 here, you enter 1. Okay. Exercise 5, exercise 4. Okay, right. So for S0, S is less than 5, so pass. Enter number. Okay. All right. So number 2 here is declaration for exercise 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Declaration for question 4, right?
Okay, right.
So this is
Okay.
the loop.
So you can enter the value.
No. Yeah, all of this is incorrect.
Okay, right. Ilham, can you create a new file just only for exercise 4?
Okay.
Okay, to make it more easier to read.
Okay.
So the others can you can try to join and have some conversation through this platform. Okay. right? Okay. Okay. Don't forget declaration.
Declaration for, oh yeah,
For
declaration.
number
Yes, yes,
S,
yes, yes,
numbers
yes.
2.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay.
Numbers. Number 2.
Two.
Instead of number 2, can you rename it as a num only? Because you already separate the file. Okay, yes.
Or do I need to put variable?
Yes. It's not variable. The yes, the square bracket here.
No need S.
You need to specify the size of it.
Size.
Yes,
Okay.
5.
Okay. 5. Yeah. So,
Okay. Line number 7. Rename number 2 as a num.
okay. So
Okay, right.
okay.
Okay. Can you run the program?
Okay. Wait. Oh,
Okay.
smallest. Yeah. Wait. Smallest.
Yes,
Wait.
yes. Smallest. Can you share the command prompt?
Yes. Wait. How to share? Yeah.
Boleh.
Wait. Wait. Okay. Tak ada.
Boleh, Ilham?
Sorry, I cannot share.
Tak boleh share?
Wait.
Try
Okay,
move
wait.
up.
I see. Yeah. I see this. Okay, wait. Wait a second.
Can you see the blue, the green?
Okay. Yeah. Now I
Okay,
see.
you need to reshare there.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay,
Is it?
right.
Okay. Okay.
Try to enter the number. Okay, the smallest number is 1. 1 is 1 actually. Okay, so close the command prompt. So we go back to the editor, your editor.
Okay.
Okay, right. So there's no problem regarding the key in the data, which is line number 5 until line number 8.
Yes.
The problem is maybe from line 4, from line number 10.
Yes.
Okay, right. All right, okay. So in order to solve this problem, okay, so actually you need to have some assumption. So you must assume that the first element is the smallest. This one is just example, just assume. Okay, so before the for looping, you must have assigned the first index of the array is the smallest. All right. So in line number 9, okay, so smallest is smallest is equal to the first index. What is the first index? How we can assign the first index by using array?
Num 0.
Yes, num 0. Num 0. All right, semicolon. So
Okay.
this is the assumption. Just assume either the number in the num 0 is the larger or smallest. We want to make it that this is the smallest because we want to compare the first index with the smallest is the smallest,
Okay.
right? Okay, so inside the for here, line number 12 is correct. Okay,
Yes.
we go to line number 13.
Yes.
If num 0 is
Oh,
less
num
than,
num 0 less than.
no, it's not 0, not 0.
Okay.
It must be S.
S.
S, yes,
First.
S. Because
Bigger.
we are using S. So meaning that S
Variable,
is
yes.
0, is num 0 is less or equal to, this one must be the smallest, or either one, smallest is less than or equal to the num 0, can be. All right, can you try like if smallest,
Okay, smallest.
okay, because you already said smallest and become this one.
Okay.
If smallest, okay,
Yes.
is less than num,
Less than num.
less or equal, less than,
Less than equal.
yes, is less than num.
Less
S,
than.
just put the S here
Okay.
because we want to
Yes.
make it like smallest is, if the smallest is num 0 is smallest, so that will be the last one,
Okay.
will become the smallest. So line number 14 here is, yang ni terbalik ni.
Oh.
Ah,
So
so we want to
yeah,
change
true.
the value of smallest. Smallest is equal to num S.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Then,
so we try. No need to have else. Yeah. Okay, try.
okay, wait.
You try to make it either is correct or not. Okay. Smallest is equal to 6. Okay, it's getting the, this one is the biggest. Right. So
Yes.
try to look at the editor again.
Okay, wait.
Okay. Right. So is smallest is less than, oh no, ladies. Okay, supposedly like this one is backward. Ini terbalik. Line number 13, line
Okay.
13.
Okay,
Okay,
see.
it's
Yes.
backward. Must be num first.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Num S,
it's
right?
less than, yes.
Okay.
Okay, less than smallest. Okay, right. Try to input the value smallest in between of the other number. Yang nombor kecil tu tengah-tengah.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, done. Thank you.
Okay. So you are playing around with the assumption here. But in order to have a smallest, if you want to find a biggest, it's the same thing. You declare another one variable, then you set the first index become the biggest, the largest. So that is the trick here. Right? Okay. So so far, is there any question regarding the how we can pass an array to the function? Actually, we already revisit again regarding how we can declare an array together with the function from the previous lesson as well. How you can declare the functions, function declaration, function definition, and also function calling function. All right. So far, any question regarding this one?
No.
Ada soalan?
No.
Yang lain tak ada ke?
No.
Yang lain? Okay.
Okay.
So far okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anything question? Question lain yang you nak tanya? Or you want to share anything that you don't know? It's open to the other topic as well. It's not only limited for the array. Okay.
Okay. I had one.
Mhm.
Just now we use what you call string. We use string in time initialize something. What about runtime? We need user to input.
Okay, good question. For the array, is it still an
Yeah,
array?
just now.
Okay, right.
But user must input.
Okay. So just now I'll give you some example on compile time, right? So we already set the value for the 2D array. This is a string. So your question is, your friend's question is, how we can set the for the runtime? That is the string 2D array. Is it? All right.
Yes.
Okay. So we create a new file here. Okay. Okay. Can you see my detail here?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
So your question said how currently before this I'm giving example. We set the value for string to the array using the compile time, meaning that you already set the value. Okay. What? How we can set the value? Means that how can enter the value for 2D array strings? Okay. Okay. Create a new file here. Right. Okay. So basically, for 2D string, of course, you need to declare the variable string. Okay, let's say I put here name. All right. And for the runtime, you must specify the row and column first, right? So integer row, put here row equal to how many names you want to enter? Let's say 2. Yeah. Integer column is 100. Okay, so here will be row and here will be column. Okay, so any problem regarding this declaration for array here to the array?
No.
Ada problem? No. Okay,
No.
so far okay.
Yes.
Kalau yang lain tu ada masalah, beritahu Okay, so this one, if you want to enter the string to the array, so you must have a looping here because you want to enter one by one. Okay, integer I is equal to 0. Normally we will use integer I, variable I for looping. I is less than how many names that you want to enter?
2.
Huh?
2.
2, yes, it's 2. But we have a variable name there, row, right? So just utilize the variable's name there because row here, the value is already 2. If you change here 2, this one will automatically change into 3. But this one is variable, so it follows the variable's value here from here. Okay. And I plus plus. Remember this form, right? Curly bracket, open and close it. So inside this looping, there is a statement that you need to do. It's the input, right? So let's say the input some kind of like this, enter name, right? Okay. So it's scan F percent what?
S.
S ampersand. What is it?
M.
M. Then
Yes.
bracket. Do we need to have 2 brackets here?
No.
No, for the
Yeah.
character string, okay, so for 2D, you only utilize the row only. Because a line we consider as a column is a looping cell because it says character, it's character one by one. Okay, so this one because we are entering character by character. Okay, this one inside here is will be I. Right. Okay. So let's say this one is input and okay output. Let's say you need to have another for display all the names. I equal to 0. I equal to 0. I is less than the number of row here. I plus plus. Right? You bracket, open and close. And you print out the names here. %s. And you want to have a new line. Name. Square bracket, and then you need to have I here. So I here, the first square bracket refer to the row. Row number 1, what is the name? Row number 2, what is the name? Row number 3, what is the output? Right? Okay. So we try to run the program. Okay, try %. Okay. Okay, I will try to share the code. The command prompt here. Okay, right. So this is the command prompt, the input, enter name for the first looping. I equal to 0. You put here like that. Okay. First one, second one, third one. You got Muhammad, the first name. Okay. The second input is Zamri, and the third input is Ali. All right. So this is the input if we have only one word in the sentence. Muhammad is only one name. Zamri for the second name. Okay. Sorry, the second input. The third input is Ali. Okay. So this is an example. But if we input the name, let's say the first person here is Muhammad Zamri. Muhammad Zamri, you got some errors. Okay. Give you some example. Stop share. Okay. Right now here I run the program. Okay. All right. So just now I mentioned it regarding only one word in one input. So there is a problem if we input more than one word in one sentence. Okay, one input, Muhammad Zamri. Let's say this is a valid name actually. But if we click enter, okay, if you notice that, what can you see? I input Muhammad Zamri Osman. Supposedly Muhammad Zamri Osman is one input and will be assigned in the first index actually. All right. But what is happening here because of what? Because we are using the scanf. The scanf here is actually if you have an input and there is one empty space here, actually skip the input to the next input. That's why we have here enter name Muhammad and then the output is Zamri and Osman. With some errors. Okay, it's logical errors, right? So in order to solve the problem here, right? I think have you heard regarding the get s function?
No.
Have you heard of that? Pernah dengar tak?
No.
Yes.
Lecturer sebelum ni ada beritahu tak yang get s tu?
Ada.
Ada.
Ada,
Ada.
okay. So the get s function actually to solve the problem of the empty space. If we let's say we want to enter the subject name, the addresses that have a multiple of empty space. Okay, you change this one, I say this one. Okay, without any ampersand, get s name and that's it. That's all. And this one, all right. We run the program again. share. Run the program. Okay, run the program. Let's say put here. And this one is we change from the scanf to get s. Get s meaning that we are getting the string input, including the empty space here. So Muhammad is one word, and including space here will be counted, will become the input of the first index. Okay, you see, it's not skip to the next input. Let's say Ilham what? Ilham? Arif, is it your?
Yes.
Yes, right. Nurul, Fatima. Okay, can you see that? This is the input, and this is the output. Right? If you have some program, or if you have some assignment that will accept the multiple of words in one input, so this is an example of it. Change to the get scanf to the get s. But be careful regarding the get s here, because okay, if you have multiple of input, let's say example, you have an internet here get s, and then after that you have a scanf again, right? And then you have a gets again here. All right. So if you have multiple of input, let's say gets, and then you change again to the scanf, gets again, and this one you need to be aware, because of what? It will skip to the next input. Okay. So in between of get s to the scanf here, you must have another function that we call as a ff flash. This one, ffs. Okay, sttin, and this one is this function is to we call it to flush away the buffer actually. Right. So you can't have some example here because I don't have an example, but you can use my example here. Okay, for the input, the first one is enter name, let's say. Okay, and then the second one, let's say age. Okay, printf age, for example, age in the integer data type. Okay, you will using this one, the sandy age, right? So you're not consistent in using gets here. Okay, the other input you made using the scanf, and then you're using get s again for the address, something like that. So in between of this one, okay, just put here ff flash. Okay, ff flash sttin, right? So whenever they skip to the input, you put the ff flash there. Okay, if the input is skipped from the first name here, okay, you put that. Right. Let's say I have another integer age, and this one integer s belong to the array 3 students. Let's say example. So you put here, okay, 3. Sorry, you put here not 3. It's row. And age here also become I, right? For name index 0, this is the name, and then you enter for the second input for the age index 0 as well, belongs to the same name. Okay, right. Try to run the program first. Okay, right. So here you have percent %d, comma here, and slash n. HI. So you will have the name together with the age here later. Right. Okay, I run the program. Okay, right. Okay, we'll enter the input here. Let's say the first input, Muhammad Zamri. This one is by using the get S. Right. So age, let's say put here 30. Enter name again, Ilham Arif. Okay, age, let's say 20. Okay. The last one, let's say Nurul. Let's say 20 again. So this is the output here. The combination of the input type here, gets and scanf. This one is gets and this one is scanf. Right. So it will be skip for the input for age here. If you don't put the FF flash in between get S and also the scanf, right? Be careful regarding this one, right? This one in terms of the logical, but the coding flow is correct as well. But if you let's say you are answering for the final exam and so on, you forgot to put the FF flash, we just ignore it. Okay, we just ignore it because it's not a technical program, it's just a written actually. So we don't look for the, but for the hands-on test, we look on it. The completeness of the program, it can be run. There's no errors. Okay, there's a full mark for you.
Oh, you mean just for example tonight?
Pardon?
No test hot.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So be careful regarding the input and output. All right. You need to aware regarding the either you need to use a scanf or get and so on. All right. Okay. And calculation. What are the calculation involved in the question? All right. Okay. Any question before I'm giving you some briefing regarding the hands-on test?
Is it before 8? I mean, give the question.
Huh?
Yeah, the give question before 8 or 8 after 8?
Question.
No test. Tonight.
Soalan dia.
Yeah.
Soalan akan diberi pukul 8 nanti. Okay, so the question will be given by 8. Alright. So I try to put the question in the tag yard. Semua ada dalam tag yard tak?
Ada.
Ada. So otherwise I just give in through the WhatsApp group. Alright. And the submission also through the WhatsApp. The submission I will create the Google uploader, meaning that you need to submit in the Google, right? You need to fill up your information, your student ID, your full name, okay, in the link given later on. And another reminder for you, if you don't forget to put your name in the code file. Okay, okay. For example, this is my editor here.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, comment.
Yeah, so comment here, put here your name here, right? Together with your ID. Let's say your ID is your ACA, all right, is ends on test 1, all right? Okay, so to make me easier to recognize is your file.
Okay.
Okay. So the other student?
Do we submit at 10 or we can get another 10 minutes?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, how
So
about
we'll give, okay. Let me see. It will be start by 8 p.m. All right. I think I need to have some Zoom as well. If you have some question regarding it's not clear and so on, so I will try to use a Zoom in order to communicate with you. Otherwise, it will be WhatsApp. But WhatsApp is not good enough for the communication because okay. So assume that okay. So we will start by 8, right? 8 p.m. The question will be ready by 8, and you need to submit the exercise. You need to submit the hand-on test. 10 minutes will be given for the submission. For the last one is 10:10, I think 10:15 p.m. because submission you need to have some time because you need to fill up some information and so on. Any question? Anything? What about the other student? Are you okay, guys?
How if we do another function that the input to another function?
Pardon?
This input function to another function.
Input function to another function.
Another
The input
function
is from the another function. Yes, you can do that.
But how to return the array from that?
So okay. So you cannot return an array from the function to the calling function.
Yes.
No. Otherwise, you need to use the pointer. So pointer will be covered by the other lecturer.
Oh, okay.
This one you need to use a pointer if you want to. Pointer is a little bit some kind of because you are you're not touching the value, but you are accessing the address of the value actually. That is the pointer. Okay, it's not like you are copying the value to other variable, but you are going there to this location and then you get the value. Something like that. So, but right now, returning an array to the other function, it cannot be done by using a normal, but it can be done by using a pointer. But instead of this one, there is another solution. You can declare the variable as a global.
Doctor, tonight we don't have array, right? Till only function.
No, it's until function.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, there is function. But what you call it, the revision for the function are given to you from the earlier just now. Okay, hopefully they will help you to understand regarding the function itself.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything? Other students? Okay, before we end our class today, it's online class, and then you do some revision and so on. Ada soalan lagi?
No.
No. Is it okay? Okay.
Can send the Discord to WhatsApp or not?
Pardon? What is that?
Discord.
The coding?
To WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, right. You need to pay 10 ringgit, huh?
Okay.
Just kidding. I will share the code for you in the WhatsApp group. Right, okay. So before we end our online class today, right, just to have some revision, revisit again what we already touched. Okay. So just now we already touched regarding the function declaration, function definition, and calling function. All right, and the second part of the lesson just now we already touched on how we can pass an array element by element to the function, or we can pass the whole array to a function, and we can do some calculation in the function and so on. All right, and don't forget for tonight, you will have a hands-on test. The question will be given by 8 p.m. Okay, so maybe earlier, maybe it's 7:50. I'm giving to you the question, and then you can start for the hands-on test. And the submission will be end by 10 p.m. All right, duration will be 2 hours. 2 hours only. There's no extension. Right? Okay. So the instruction of the hands-on test will be given later. Okay, maybe it's earlier, 5 minutes earlier. And you need to read the instruction first, because you need to send only .c file. Okay, .c file only. Don't send hot the project file. Okay, some of the students are sending the project file .o project. There will be not the coding file. You need to send me the .c file. Okay, for example, okay, for example, like this one, you need to submit this file, .c file. Okay, don't submit the .o file here. Okay, .c file. Or the other step, you can just copy the code that you written in the editor, and then copy and paste in the notepad or text pad, and rename it as your ID and the full name, and submit in the given link. All right. Okay. Is there any question, guys? Oh, tak ada dah. Guys? No.
Yes.
No
The
question.
test.
No.
Okay. So see you tonight for the hand-on test. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'll
Okay.
the question will be ready in the tech yet by 7:50, something like that. Or I just send the file through the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all for today.
Thank you.
Good
Dr.
luck.
Alright, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for your attention, and see you tonight.